What up, YouTube? This is JRJuggernaut1, bringing to you a new video. First off, congrats to Jeff Jones, who won the Shonen Jump in New Jersey. He made a really good deck. He played very well, very impressive. But I'm just annoyed that I'm in the process of making a Quick Draw Dandy Warrior deck. Yes, before you go on, I'm actually not making it because of the jump. I'll admit, the jump, his victory at the jump did, play a role. But it was more influenced by the fact that it did well in general. The deck itself runs well, and if you know how to use it, then you can play very well with it. And I understand the engine pretty well. I just thought it would be a good deck to try out. And I was thinking about running it before, especially because I was thinking about adding certain cards like Dandelion, Debris Dragging, etc. to my Junk Turbo deck. So yeah, I'm gonna play test the Quick Draw deck, see how it works. But I like how it runs so far. So I'm hoping to stick with it. But I don't want people to think, oh, you're only doing this because of how well it did at the jump, or you're only doing this because you're looking to net deck some really good player who made this deck. Don't forget it. Just back off. I'm stopping you right there, regardless of what any preconceived notions you have about this whole thing. So yeah, this is going to be part one of my thoughts on the Shining Darkness set. My part one is going to be me talking about the 10 cards I think are going to be either like most wanted or best cards you should be looking for. But yeah, 10 cards that are really good, and I'm gonna try not go into too much detail about it. I don't have enough time to talk about all the cards, so I'm just gonna make this as quick as possible. Okay, number one. Number one is going to be, and this in no particular order, Blackwing Breeze the Zephyr. This card is great because Black Whirlwind abuses the hell out of this card. When it's added to your hand from your deck to your hand via card effect, you can immediately special summon it. And when that happens, it's a level 3 tuner. But it can only be used for the single summon of a Blackwing Synchro. But that's fine. No one really cares that much about that drawback, because it's still really good. Only problem I have with it is that it could be considered a dead card if you don't have any monsters out, you want to summon it, but you have no monsters out, and you draw it. It can seem like a dead card. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Number two I'm going to talk about is Spore. Spore is a level 1 plant tuner, but it has a pretty sweet effect, actually. You can remove a plant monster from your graveyard to increase the level of this monster by, the same amount of levels that the remove from play monster has. And you special summon it from the graveyard. The only catch is you can only use this effect once the entire duel, but solid effect indeed. I'm trying to work this into the Quick Draw deck, for example, because it's good. Number three. Number three is Infernity Doom Dragon, and I say this because, let's be honest, how many of us end up in a situation where we have no hand, we have a bunch of cards in the field, looking to help us, but that's it. Infernity Doom Dragon is pretty easy to get out because all you really need is a Dark Tuner and just go for level 8. So like Plague Spreader and Malicious or something. Plague Spreader, anything with like some of the best tuners, Plague Spreader, Krebens, stuff like that. It makes it easy. And then yeah, you can destroy a monster, inflict damage equal to half the monster's attack. It's good. Number 4, Splendid Rose. It can essentially have an opponent's monster attack simply by removing a plant monster in your graveyard, and it can also attack again with its attack half for the same exact cost. 5 is Chaos Goddess, because this card definitely has potential. It's just, I definitely think this card would be easier to get out though if it was 1 Dark Tuner and 2 Light non-tuners, as opposed to 1 Light Tuner and 2 Dark non-tuners. So whatever. But you can discard a Light monster, special summon a Dark monster from your graveyard that's level 5 or higher, and it can't be used for synchro summons. But if you're going to take something like Gores, that's pretty freaking awesome. Number 6, Infernity Launcher. This card, it pretty much makes the Infinity OTK. It's ridiculous. It's going to be super rare, which means it's only going to be worth even more. Infinity decks, let's be honest, are going to be hard to make because you're going to be looking to run 3 launchers, at least 1. Infinity Mirage, which is a super, the Doom Dragon, of course. You know, so it's definitely going to be annoying. Thankfully, I'm not running them anymore. Oh, and yeah, in case you forgot, Infinity Launcher lets you special summon 2 Infinity monsters from your graveyard simply by tributing it while you have no cards in hand. Number 7 is Damage Gate. I say this because Damage Gate is just good. You know, summon a monster from your graveyard after you've taken battle damage. That's fine, and I mean it happens during the damage step, so there's not really much your opponent can do about it if it resolves. That's why I really like this card. Number 8 is where is it? Oh yeah, is Scrambler Wave. Scrambler Wave is a spell card that it's a quick play that essentially removes all synchro monsters from the field. Yeah, it switches them all to defense mode, and then at the end of the turn they're returned back to the extra deck, which is great because it stops the battle and it removes them completely. So this card essentially has anti-synchro written all over it. And unlike Discord, which was a continuous trap that only remained on for a turn, considering how many decks synchro summon, I'd consider Scrambler Wave to be a possibly great side card. Number 9, XX Saber Dark Soul. This card is going to be great. Oh my god. Honestly, it's cards like these that make me, always convince me that Rescue Cat should be banned. Nothing against the card, but let's be honest. Rescue Cat gives us so many options these days that eventually they're just going to ban it because of all the ridiculous combos it can pull out. And this one's no exception. This is probably one of the most broken ones yet. You know, you go exit, you go Rescue Cat, take Airbellum and Dark Soul, go for level 6. Then at the end of the turn you can take any Saber monster from your deck. Broken much? Pretty much. And finally, the number 10, which is very fitting on this list, is of course Infinity Barrier. Now, this is the secret rare that everyone first heard about. This was the first like TCG exclusive to be released, and everyone was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm still going that right now, because like this was after I quit Infinities, because I mean, Infinities are solid, but there are ways to get around it, and I think people are going to realize that as soon as Infinities, as soon as the pack is released and people start making the deck. I'm just saying, you know. But good God, Infinity Barrier, you just got to have 2 conditions: no hand and a face-up attack position Infinity monster, and then you can negate the effect of one of your opponent's cards. My only problem, of course, with this card is that if you have cards in hand, or if for that matter you're on the defensive to the point where you can't like really attack with anything, then this card is also useless because you have to have an attack position monster. But I digress. You know, it's a good card regardless. But you know, I'm surprised they made such a card, honestly. Okay, so yeah, I'm running out of time. So yeah, those are the 10 cards I really like from the set. They're kind of, I guess you could say they're my favorites right now. Part 2 of this video is going to have me talking about the values of a lot of these cards. What's the highest value card, and overall, how good is this set in general? I want to answer those questions. Also, please comment on the bottom and tell me what you think of the pack. What card, like, I already asked the question, what's your favorite card in the set, but tell me how good of the set you think this is going to be, considering all the TCG exclusives, OCG exclusives, and just the regular cards that are being released in the pack, you know? Tell me what you think, because I don't know. I'm hoping this will be better than Absolute Power Force, but the question is, will it be comparable to Stardust Overdrive? Only time will tell. So yeah, this is JRJuggernaut 1 signing off.